And then I think continuing to just, again, kind of understanding that the data is important, understanding where you were and where you want to go, but then knowing, okay, there are certain things that if we changed, we know that's going to increase our bottom line, right? It's going to increase our profit number. And one of those that, as we were going through kind of the evaluation process, is the number of dollars that we write off on a particular bill throughout the year. And we track that over our books. And that number every year is way higher than I would want it to be from a number standpoint. But the numbers only tell part of the story. And so each of those numbers represents a case and a situation. And there's so much analysis that goes into the decision of, we build this time, we track this time, I should say, then do we bill that onto the client? And sometimes when I see that number, it just kind of makes me smile because I know my attorneys that are billing out time to their clients aren't trying to squeeze everything out of an engagement. They're looking at a situation saying, you know what, no one can afford that. So let's figure it out. And they'll write the time off. And so kind of like I say, it makes me smile because that's an opportunity we have to serve that the client's never really going to see because they don't get the bill, and we don't always show the write-offs on a particular bill. Sometimes we might, but it's really a cultural thing that we have in the office that guys have the freedom to make that determination for the benefit of their clients. And so that's a good thing. Now we want to measure that, and we want to make sure that we're not, meeting our obligations, if you will, right? We got to still keep the lights on, keep people paid, and those kind of things. But that's a marker that could go either way. Because if I lower that number and that increases my bottom line, well, we've made more money. But is that the ultimate goal? And so
Right.
that's kind of the analysis I go through.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. We're truly in the relationship business more so than the money business. At least you and I are from our perspective, and so you want to keep that relationship more so than having an extra dollar or two on your bottom line. And those folks that have bills written off a little bit, discounted rates, that kind of thing. Uh, People appreciate that, and that may be a reason why they come back to a law firm. And I think that's one thing to understand as a solo and small firm owner is that you don't have to bill every single minute to the client. You can have some flexibility there, and maintain a good relationship with the client.
Yeah, and I like how you said that you don't have to bill everything to the client. I would recommend that you bill everything that you do. And we talked about that
Right.
before and the reasons for it. Because when you're at work, be at work and work hard for your client. Don't waste time while you're there. But also recognize that this is that ongoing give and take, and that's what a relationship is, right? You've got to adjust to situations and circumstances and changes and things that nobody really foresaw, and be able to do that. And it's a little easier if you have like a flat fee billing arrangement than an hourly arrangement, so that you can sort of build in a little bit. But even then, your effective rate is how much time did you put into that flat fee versus how many hours or how much was the engagement, right? And so if you had a great flat fee situation, but you spent all your entire year working on that one fee, your net effective rate is going to be pretty low. And so again, the numbers do tell a story. And so knowing those numbers and then setting goals around those of, hey, if your valuation number is here, let's see if we can get it to this number, and then backwards engineer what will it take for us to do that. Well, then our revenue needs to be here and our expenses need to be here, and so on and so forth. But recognize within that there's going to be some give and take throughout the year.